Hello, everybody. I'm starting this recording at 2:22 my time. I did not plan that, but I love when that happens, when I just get these little nudges or confirmations from the universe, wherever they're coming from. Doesn't matter. Anyway, how are you all doing? Hello, my name is Amelia. I am a prism light healer. I do a lot of videos for healing, quantum healing, and current energies and things of the like. So whatever I'm guided to post here, I do. So if you're new, check out all my things in the description and let's get into it. So we just came off some really big energies from my standpoint. And so we integrated a lot. We really processed a lot. We healed. We felt jolted. We digested. Maybe we didn't, you know. A lot of things were happening. People were clumsy. People said their legs felt like lead, heavier than usual. Um, Spinning in the head. Lots of things, or like new back things, or new this, or weird things that aren't typical. So let's get into what I'm picking up on these energies. Okay. So in the last 3 days or more, first of all, we've been in this full moon window, this blood moon energy, which my friend Richard tuned into about the cleansing and the womb energy, and he even mentioned like a woman's cycle. And I was like, that's exactly what I was picking up. So I just had to mention that because if we tune in, we're all picking up on the same energies. We may just have different vantage points, is all, as we're coming through with this. So I felt it ramping up probably Thursday of last week. Today I'm recording this on Tuesday. I'm recording this on the 9/9 portal, and I will post it ASAP. While I have to do some dumb computer stuff. I just don't like doing any 3D stuff anymore. I'm just so done with it. Anyone else? Anyone? Or is it just me? I'll do what I need to, but at the same time, it's like I resist. I just want to move into this expansive new world that we're creating, and it's going to be so amazing, but we're getting there. So I divert myself pretty easily. So I've started to see that, with old parasite programs running 5 days before a full moon, people's behavior is just going to go wonky. And so I definitely saw that. I saw that. Um, I didn't give much power to it. I was just noticing in a neutral way. I call that neutral observation. I've heard other people say that recently too. It's like, okay, how does this tie into what we're going through, how we're expanding, how we're healing? I noticed it to try to connect the dots for my clients, for these videos, for humanity, because we all go to the astral and do work there too, if we're meant to. So the behaviors are ramping up. Um, and, I noticed some people weren't feeling well over the weekend. So Saturday's energy was good. And then it just slowly kind of tilted downward. Saturday evening, everything just felt very slow. Like we were in this like muddy, stagnant place, and it was all being cleared out, but we had to sit there and clear it. And emotions were coming up. Things like whatever emotional layers that really your soul needs to work on. Like some things I was saying were expectations. I posted some short healing videos on regret, fear of being wrong, maybe perfectionism, maybe controlling energies, inner child energies were just bubbling up to the surface, old fears, whatever emotional layers that you needed to work on, you may have experienced, maybe not. That's okay too. It doesn't matter. But it's all coming up to show you and reflect back to you what still needs to be healed. So if you need support with that, you know where to find me. Got all the links, tons of links. So that was one aspect. It's almost like we had this like triple whammy. So we had full moon, then we had this, I think, a lunar eclipse, right? And then I was seeing all the energies about that too. Because Sunday felt like it wasn't one of those short days. I feel like, again, as Richard's been saying, he said about 15 and a half hours. That's what I was getting too. I said about 15. Again, same energy, same thing. So things were like fast, 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 fast. Every day it was like we're clicking through it. We're getting through our days super fast. And then Sunday hit for me, and I was like, this is the longest day. Now, wasn't there a movie called The Longest Day or a book? Or I'm remembering some sort of reference, and maybe I'll have to look it up. But it just feels like it was like this big pause energy. People felt tired. Like they just couldn't be productive. Yet, on those days where they're longer, it'd be nice to be productive, but no, it wasn't happening. My kids were out of sorts. One of them was just like blah, the other one wasn't feeling well, and she's like, I can't do anything. Mom, do everything for me. And I did the best I could because I didn't want to do anything either. I was processing my stuff, and we were each in this household processing all of our own stuff, and it was just like this big day of processing. So it's almost like we had to get through that because then there's going to be another big push of energy, another big layer cleared, another timeline jumped. We're in a new space. And so it's a good reminder for us to also sit back and go, okay, I bring all the pieces of me into my highest timeline. I am whole, I am complete. And so reminding ourselves that you are safe, your body knows what to do to heal, and just taking care of your body when you need to is really important. So many layers within that space. So what were you kind of noticing over the weekend? And then we'll get into the portal energy that we're in too. So again, ramping up the portal with the full moon and that eclipse energy, which they say is kind of we're in eclipse season. And again, I'm not well versed. I feel the energy of all the astrological components, but I don't know. I'm not trained in that. I don't know all the ins and out what that truly means. I just tune into the energies for me and what that means. And I just use, my higher self for confirmation, my pendulum. I check into the energies like we are being blasted. Yes, she says. And that's okay. We have the capacity to do so. And so just reminding yourself and your inner child how safe you are in this process and asking in these times of big energies. I think this is really fun. What parts of me, what fractals of me are ready to come back home? What shadows am I ready to let go of? What false parts of me that I've been holding on to this whole time that I no longer need, and I can send those up to source of all. What does my inner child need? And last week, my inner child wanted boba tea. I don't get the one with sugar because I just don't like that. I get it made with honey, but I'm like, still, I don't need that extra stuff. But energetically, it helped to raise my vibration. And so I set that intention that whatever these ingredients are, because I'm a purist, right? I like my ingredients to be pure and as clean as possible. Now, again, I'm raising teenagers, so it's difficult to be 100% with that, but I really do my best with that. All things considered, and then I try to transmute the rest. So my inner child wanted all of that. My inner child literally on Sunday couldn't do any of the regular things I do to kind of anchor myself into the earth energy. Like for me, knitting and going for a walk and all those things I love to do. And organizing. I've been trying to purge all the extra things in my home now that my kids are, a certain age and size they no longer need. I can get rid of all this old stuff finally. Nothing was happening in that part of my life because my body needed to do other things. So know that sometimes when you are needing to rest, could mean you're just using resources on something else. I call them resources because it's everything we need to exist, basically, here. Okay, let's get back on track though. So again, reminder, my left side's a little tight. So I'm sitting back a little bit. So must need to clear. Someone also said to me that they did some work on the divine masculine, and we know that a lot of the masculine energies have been rebalancing. And that's moving through humanity layer by layer, piece by piece. And so she saw a lot of that work happening. So I love it when I talk to my friends who are also doing this hard work with ascension, and I get new layers of expansion and information. So it would make sense if your right side was feeling sluggish, maybe your lymphatic system, your liver, your digestion were clearing things out, would make sense with the energies we got blasted with. So essentially, if I had to shorten all of that, we leveled up. We leveled up. So what does that look like for you? Um, I don't know. For me, I gained more clarity. I asked for more of my gifts to come online. I was seeing more with my eyes this weekend, my physical eyes, and I was hearing more messages and all of those things. So things are just becoming easier and easier. So ask for it to be easy, you guys. So if you feel awful, if you feel stuck, ask your body, what is this resistance that I'm holding on to? What is it? And how can I clear it? What do I need to do to let it go? How can I transmute that? How can I feel better in this moment? Sometimes if I'm not exactly sure what it is, because you know when you don't feel the best, you just don't want to do anything. You don't want to go get up and do that healthy drink that you know would make you feel better, or go get some sunshine that you know would really help. You just want to sit and just either figure it out or just let it pass. Doesn't anyone do that? I try not to do that very often, but of course we all do it. We're still human. Um, so I did everything I could, but what is it that you need in that moment? What is your body trying to tell you? What emotions are trying to come up and out? Um, what else? I'm going to shift a little bit because I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, which is fine to a point. But let's shift a little bit. And so let's talk about the portal energies and how that relates to ascension, and then move into ascension codes. That's what I'm hearing. To was pivoted a little bit. My soul was like, and take this turn. So I do. Okay. And this is a little side note. Many of us are manifesting abundance. So I'm going to just take a brief moment and send you the frequencies. And I've got my abundance essential oil across the room. So I'm going to send you the frequencies of the abundance essential oil because it creates the frequency in your field to attract abundance. I'll tell you a story about that. And then I have an old discontinued one called finance. So why don't we just bring it into the money realm and send you frequencies of that? One of my favorite stories of the abundance essential oil blend is people will often dump a whole bottle into a can of paint before they sell their home. And every time it has brought in a higher return and sold super fast. That's the magnetic energy that you can create in an instant with this abundance, whether it be small or large. So lean into that, surrender into that. Okay, portal energy, back to ascension. So today the portal hits, and many of us are feeling a little jolted, like we just came out of like a weird dream over the weekend, like we felt a bit discombobulated. So bigger things are happening behind the scenes. So what I've been seeing people say about this too that resonated with me was like nines are about like almost like that ending energy. We're at the end of a cycle, like there's a big something coming through. And I know there's more meaning to that as well. So what do you pick up? Just curious, as always. But to me, that was the biggest thing. And with any portal energy, they say it's a really potent time for manifesting. So, what are you bringing in? What are you allowing in? What are you just keeping out that's no longer serving you? What's low vibrational that's not yours? How are you integrating? How are you healing? Um, all of those things. So each of these layers that we've been moving through, each of these portals, each of these big energy blasts that we've been getting are all leading up to something bigger. And I always see that there's going to be this massive switching over, like maybe not like in the exact way that people have thought this flash energy was going to be like the one big day, like they've been saying it's been adapting to what we need, how we need to process that in a better way. But there's still going to be like a larger like flip of sorts. It's like a divine and we're going to be moved into a better space. I've always seen that, but we are getting there. Like we're inching that way, so that's going to be easier on us no matter what. But it's now's a really good time to create. Now's a good time to anchor in these new realities by cleansing out those old programs, letting go of old things. Because if we get to create our reality, which we are with every thought and every moment of every day, then what are you creating right now? What thought just ran through your mind? Take note of that. Maybe create a thought journal, something to keep track of these thoughts and notice how positive and negative they are. You know, when I was younger, it was very common for people to say, "Oh, it's killing me." I'm gonna say cancel clear. And now, like, the teenagers are all saying that. I'm like, no, it's really not. But your body will believe that something is, attacking you. So that's gonna cause your nervous system to go on heightened duty. And we still want to heal all the parts of our nervous system. So every thought, I want it to create life in you instead of resistance. So that's one of the biggest rules in my home for the last 15, 16 years. Speak life, create life, be living in life. Don't live in the opposite of that cycle. I'm not going to say it. So let's constantly be creating life, creating new energies, creating positive flow, creating new pathways of healing, creating. On a small or large scale, it doesn't matter. Do what you can do. Just do what you can do and let the rest go. Okay. That being said, with that, I've posted more than half of the ascension codes into short videos here on YouTube. So check those out. I'm going to be posting more. I only post as I'm guided to. And then I'm going to be creating an ebook for you guys to have all the access to that. But let's briefly talk about the ascension codes, because everything is coded. Everything has a frequency, and I see those frequencies as numbers sometimes. I've always been pretty good with numbers, not algebra 2, but numbers. So algebra 2 is horrible. Geometry may have been worse. I don't know. I did not like it at all. I can do basic math. I can do math for knitting. I resonate with codes and numbers in general, especially the angel numbers, whatever you want to call them. So a couple of codes to focus on right now. And again, these ascension codes are codes to help reprogram your body, mind, soul into reaching higher levels of consciousness, awareness, for all aspects of you. There's 33 of them. Of course, 33 is my number. 33s follow me around my whole life. So, I think there's 3 codes that we need to focus on right now. But you use these codes to think about, to write down, to program. You can set it under your water or your computer or somewhere in your home to create that energy. And today, during a client session, I tuned into 3 specific codes, some ascension, some not, for somebody's business to help that amplify for them. But I also saw them putting the codes in their home and in their physical business. And I saw these beautiful threads, kind of like this light behind me, like connecting the two and amplifying that energy out to make this business a bigger endeavor for them. So again, doesn't matter how you do it, that it creates that intention around creating abundance for the family. And sometimes it is, aspects of you that you haven't allowed in yet, that might be not fully activated for you to allow for that. But that's what we're doing right now. And these codes will help to do that. So let's take a look. There's 3 of them. Is that one? I'm just looking at my list because this was not exactly what I planned, which is okay. I fly by the seat of my pants a lot, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so let me make a note here. I think it's the cellular activation. I think it is the light body. And what's the third one? Oh, is it the resistance removal? So I haven't posted this one at all. I posted the other 2. So I'm going to give you the 3 codes, and this will help to integrate all this new energy. So help you move through the portal energy. This will help to create what you want to create, and just let the magic happen. Because you are magic. You're magical. You have no idea how magical you are. Let's ask Sheila. You are magical. Ooh, yep, that's a big, strong one. It's hard with this background I use to see how big she can get here. But, okay, doesn't really matter which order that you use these codes. So the light body code, infer what you would like with that. But the code is 82148. What does the light body code, light body mean to you? Bring that in. We want to integrate that more into our existence here on Earth. And then the cellular activation, and that'll help remove any stuck energies too, in a different sort of way. We want to activate those cells for all that full DNA to come on, because every cell has your DNA strand in it, so they tell us, right? I'm getting a yes, though. Some truths are still out there. 34172 is the code for cellular activation. And I'll try to remember to put these in the description so you have them. Sometimes I forget, so comment and I can always edit that if I forget that out. If you've watched all 22 minutes so far, let me know if I got it in there or not. And then the last one was removing any resistance. So it's like clearing resistance. I called it resistance removal. And of course, this has my 3 favorite numbers, 369 in it. But the number is 63191. And that one I'm hearing has Tesla energy. That's what I'm hearing. So you have to take notes sometimes. There's a lot of, I don't know why I'm getting Tesla energy right now. It's not important. It's not really relevant, but that's what I'm hearing. So, it's not important to expand on, rather. Of course, it's relevant if I'm hearing it, but can you tell my energy's a bit buzzy today? So if you're feeling that, just know that you are expanding and you are just moving into a higher version of you. Ask your body, as always, to be in the highest timeline version of you. All parts of you are whole and complete, and you're doing amazing. Don't worry about that. Don't judge yourself. Just know that your body, mind, soul has got you. If you're struggling, seek support. I offer sessions. Other people offer sessions. Check out my healing videos if you can't get someone scheduled right away. Just take care of you, the whole you, the authentic you that's pulling back all of your power back home and expanding every moment of every day into the most amazing version you've ever met of yourself that you remember. That's it. Okay, let's see. No, it's not it. Sheila says, no, there's something else we need to know. Some of my longest videos ever, so I'm getting tired. So what is it we need to know? What is it we need to know? I guess I meant to take note of the inner child right now. because the inner child is the one that um needs a little more support at the moment I'm getting, but also because it's the human consciousness that is elevating, it's reaching the soul's consciousness, right? We are becoming whole in all of this. So, what do we need to know about the inner child right now to help you with this ascension process and this full moon, eclipse season, portal energy all at once? What do we need to know? Um, I'm hearing it's one of my essential oils. Okay. Well, there is an essential oil that I love. It's called Magnify Your Purpose. And so really tuning into what your inner child is meant to connect with your purpose, with your project, whatever it is that is meant to be your true nature here on earth as you move through ascension, think about that. So it's almost like a homework assignment. And my shoulder's hurting. And so ask for that to come to you in small ways and big ways, in your journaling, in your meditation. Sometimes when I'm driving, I just get all these random messages. Or, it's in those moments where your nervous system is calm, then you can hear what you need to know. And that will guide you and your inner child in this physical human form to make the next step. How am I meant to serve humanity on the level that I'm meant to help with the whole collective process of everything? How am I meant to do that? Um, who am I really? Just little bits at a time. So this is just a gentle nudge to dig deeper into that. Who are you? And as connected to this beautiful human body, what do you need to move forward? So that's just opening the door to healing the inner child. There is an inner child code. So I'll leave you with that. Then it's complete. Okay, the code for your inner child is 37173. 37173. Now this is complete. Okay, as always, I'm sending you guys so much love until next time. But if you need any support in whatever you need for this ascension process, reach out anytime. Connect with my classes on Honey's website. Connect with me. Connect with your higher self, with whomever you need to move through this process with ease. So, well, let's connect. Oh, and my community too, of course. I have an empath community. We're all empaths here in the 5D. So come and join in and give your 2 cents. Sending you so much love, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.